Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, hello, Judy Kroll coming back at you. Figured it was time for another round of how to make enemies and lose all your friends and family. Yes, I haven't been on in a while. Life has been crazy. And the last time I tried to do a comedy bit, I don't know, back in like April or May, people were threatening to leave my husband's practice. I lost friends because I made fun of, let's say, the elderly and the immune compromised. And what else did I do? I just got a text, but I thought I turned that off. But what else did I do? What else did I do? That was so horrific. Oh, people were dying, and I tried to make others laugh. So let's go over this for the uninitiated. Yes, it sucks. People are dying. But whether I sit here and cry and watch endless hours of the news, unfortunately, until everyone gets vaccinated, people are still going to be dying. So my goal is to make you laugh. I don't make any money off of this. And believe you me, a lot in my mind has built up. A lot has happened since we last talked. Want to reiterate, if you're offended, okay, I am not going to watch what I say. So if you're offended, turn this off. Also, blame me, okay, not my husband. People want to leave his practice because of things I say. Let me tell you something. For most part, my husband has no control over what I do. Poor him. So blame me. So the last time we talked or I did any of these, like I said, people are still dying. My cat died, not of COVID. One of my cats, I should actually get you this pillow. This is Charcoal. My husband was always a dog person, but he loved this cat because the cat would be more like a dog, and he slept on his lap all the time, and it was brutal. It was brutal to lose a pet. It was brutal too, was the cost. He had so many things wrong with him. We had to put him in the hospital in a special place from Friday to Tuesday. The bill was astronomical. I mean, he had his own TV and whatever. Okay, so like I said, people are still dying. And what's happening is the kids are getting COVID. Not really young kids, but say, I don't know, the 18 to 25-year-olds. My kid got it. So, do you keep them inside, chained with their mask on, not even allowing them to see anybody during their Christmas break? Or can they see some of their friends, maybe play basketball or go to a ski resort? To go skiing for the day. So, I don't know, there's like more suicide and anxiety and depression happening, which with that generation that people don't even talk about. It's just COVID. Well, I don't know, again, is the cure worse than the disease? I don't know. So my son goes to Boston University, so he goes back and they test you every 3 days. And he goes back, say, on a Sunday night this past week, and it's supposed to start on Monday, classes, and he tests positive. But before he tests positive, a friend of his calls and says, hey, I got the vid. So he first goes into quarantine, which quarantine is, it's kind of like a timeout. And then when he tests positive, then he goes over to the isolation building. So, okay. So I'm reading on the BU Mom's website that, oh my God, my kid had to go to quarantine, or my child had to go to isolation, and I feel so sorry for them, and we don't know how we got it. And what should the kid bring? What are the recommendations from the other moms as to what the kid should bring? I don't know. My kid took a backpack, put a couple pairs of underwear in it, grabbed his PS4 and a laptop, and he was good to go. Probably some toiletries. Your kids are 19, 20, 21, and you're asking on a mom's group what they should bring? All right, that's number one. Number two, the advice was, you want to hear for the advice? They should bring sheets. Why? Because the sheets in quarantine and isolation are scratchy. The sheets are scratchy? Give me a break. All right, now, and everybody's worried. Let me tell you something. From that set, unless you're an outlier, and I'd probably piss off the outliers, if you're between the ages of, say, I would say 17 to 25, now don't really quote me, here are your symptoms. You lose your sense of taste and smell. What else? Cold, stuffy nose, that's a cold, sore throat, cough, and you're tired. I don't know. It sounds like any other sickness to me, but it's not. It's the vid. Okay? So parents are crazy. The kids are all alone and they're in isolation or they get quarantine. Okay. They're not in the Hunger Games. They were not dropped off by a plane in the wilderness, sent to fight it out to the death. Okay? Also, they're not in solitary confinement. If you read the mom's parent sites, I think of my son being in some type of underground, four-walled, no-windowed room where they have to put the food in a tray through the like an envelope kind of a thing, right? Like I forget what you call it, mailbox envelope holder thing. Okay, that's not the case. Okay, people have so much fear. My kid has so much food in his room, it is ridiculous. He's got a microwave. He's got a refrigerator, 2 cases of water. I should show you the pictures, but it's on my phone, of the stuff he has to heat up and warm up. And then tonight, they get to order Grubhub. I was like, oh, hey, dude, because there's FaceTime. What do you think you might order tonight? And he's like, I said, pizza? He said, no, I kind of want Panda Express. I said, okay. So he has windows. His room is twice as big as his dorm last year. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's fine. Like, isolation, implies, I don't know what. But he's really good spirits. And, he said it was actually worth seeing his friends to go through this. And he has classes and he has sports and to keep him busy. And they have a phone. And he said that if I was in that type of situation, I would be going crazy, but which is true. But he's fine. So there's this big fear, and there's fear of the spread. And if I go out, indoor restaurants, even though they are legal, evidently I am accused of contributing to the spread, even though I wear my mask respectfully and I assume the risk and I take it off when I eat at the table. It's a personal choice. And I don't know if this is funny or not. I'm just kind of like letting it all out there because it's been pent up for so long. But if you don't want to go out, okay, but why are you chastising me, right? And then you got the mask Nazis. So I met a couple of friends, at like a Harvest Seasonal Grill the other weekend or whatever. And, I met for a drink and we're drinking. So we said, hey, let's get a selfie. So, we do. We're all happy to be together. We put it on Facebook, and you always get that one Karen in the group who says, oh, where are your masks? I don't know. Where are your fucking manners? Sorry, I did curse. Okay, I guess I wanted to talk to you about these vaccines now. Oh my goodness. Everybody's in like the biggest competition to get vaccinated for this. And, putting blame on whatever this administration and that administration. And I don't know what to tell you, but they're just trying to get it. So if you are in this category 1A, it was like doctors and medical personnel and people that worked in a medical building. And I mean, I didn't qualify. And then all of a sudden they add into 1A smokers and people with a BMI over a certain number. For the first time in my life, it benefited me to be heavy because I am now qualified to get the shot. So Weight Watchers, be damned. Bring on the Girl Scout cookies. So whoever thought that would be a thing? So let's see. I have seasonal affective disorder. You don't know what it is? Look it up. It's a lack of light during the winter months, and it causes you to get depressed and sad. That's why they call it sad. And it happens seasonally when we put the clocks, spring ahead, fall, when we put the clocks back. And I sit under a special light, like a plant, I forget what you call it. So it can't just be any light. Be a special light so I can, get my mood going a little better. What do you call it? Upgrade my mood? I don't know. But what I decided 10 years ago is I didn't want to be miserable from, say, December to March. So I decided to take up skiing. Yes, I did. I went, and there was a women's group and at Bear Creek Mountain, and it was just a camaraderie, and we would all get together, and I would force me to go. And yes, I was warm because I dressed to the nines. Like, you're so hot skiing. Nobody really gets that. Who doesn't ski? But by the time, and now you have to wear a mask, which is absolutely insane. But by the time I put my long johns, my ski, I'm looking over here, my ski pants, the jacket, the helmet, the goggles, the gaiter, and now a mask, basically, and my and my boots. You can see none of me, okay? Unless you can't even identify me unless it's by the clothing. So it's just a way to get me out of the doldrums in the winter. So I go up. My group started like a couple weeks ago, and I've been doing this a long time. So what they do is you ski down the slope and they watch you and they decide to put you in what group you're supposed to go in. And yeah, I'm not Judy skier or anything like that. So I do my bit. I ski down the slope. I'm like a little tentative because it's been a while since I've done it. And they assign me to my group. They put me with the blind skier. Yes, she's been doing this a while as well. She wears a blind skier vest. Now, she's not completely blind, to be fair. She can see, or she can't see, my fault, peripherally. But she's tentative and she's slow. So I got really offended. Again, I don't want to, piss off the special needs. But really? 10 years I'm doing this and you put me with the blind skier? Are you kidding me? That is so not okay. So, you're doing your bit, and they're telling you lean on your left leg to go right and your right leg to go left. You know what? Wasn't fun. If my instructors are watching this, I'm sorry. But I left. I left the ski group, and just skiing for fun now. And it's great. But what I wanted to say about seasonal affective disorder, and I forgot, is that it's a rich white person's problem. And the reason is, okay, I have to give my friend credit, I wanted to, but I can't take credit for it. Have you imagine a single mom living in North Philly with 3 kids to raise and put food on the table, who leaves at 6 a.m. and doesn't come home till 6 p.m, just completely works in the darkness from sun up to sundown. Do they even have time for seasonal affective disorder? I don't think so. And to combat it, I go skiing? So how lucky am I? In the midst of a pandemic, I can still have white people problems. Anyway, that's it for now. Hopefully I haven't pissed off anyone too much. Thank you. Bye-bye.